What's good YouTube, and welcome to the house. I'm usually a Yu-Gi-Oh channel, so if you're seeing this for the first time, I'm also a huge Godzilla and kaiju nut, and I was looking around online during a live stream and happened upon our first looks at the actual designs for Godzilla, King of the Monsters, the upcoming 2019 movie, and I'm certainly just a huge fan. I have been waiting with bated breath to see how Mothra turned out. That's actually my wife's favorite kaiju is Mothra. I've been waiting to really get a better look at Godzilla and that smoky Ghidorah. You just see the mist around him, as well as, of course, Rodan. So we have some amazing looks coming out from a convention for you guys. These are the official SH Monster Arts figures. So if you don't know what Monster Arts are, they're a line that try to be as movie accurate as possible, similar to the X Plus figures behind me, yet provide articulation. I actually have one up here on my desk to show you. So this is what a Monster Art is. This is GMK, the 2001 guy. They can like move around and make different poses, basically, is the appeal of the Monster Arts line. You actually can do all these different poses and put them how you specifically like them. So they have to really not only get down that movie accuracy, but get there. So enough of that. You guys came here for the designs. You came here to see what is good. So we're going to start off with, and spoilers ahead, you all have seen the Godzilla design. This is actually a recreation of the poster. So if you don't want to know, you better click off of this because we got the designs. This is the SH Monster Arts Godzilla 2019, recreating the poster up into the air pose where he blows the breath. And we think that's a signal maybe to Mothra or Rodan to come to aid. We don't really know why he does it yet, but this is a recreation of that poster. And here is Mothra. The SH Monsters Art Mothra. This is just freaking awesome. So I'm really hype about this overall. Like, I think it looks good. It has these giant eye-like things on the outer portions, which it's kind of new, or maybe a thing to like that natural butterfly look that scares a bigger predator, and so they've gone more towards nature, and they've given it a more real moth-like look, like how Legendary does with their creatures, right? They're trying to make realism more of a thing than our cute, fuzzy moth of the past. So a very interesting design. It's got almost like pincers, so it can do some physical damage rather than just the nice, fluffy frills that it used to have. But yeah, expansive wings that just take up an amazing portion. I'm hoping it keeps like its dust-like attacks in this movie, but man, they've really crafted it. It reminds me of those Pokemon, right? Where they take the Pokemon and turn towards realism, where you're actually looking for Pokemon IRL. It's like you took Mothra for the modern age and tried to turn it from its fuzzy cuteness to something, but yet still kept an elegance about it, I want to say. So I'm pretty happy with the wings. They're still extravagant, that red and yellow brightness along with the black, and the posing is really minimally interrupted by its stand in this figure. Let's get to Rodan. We saw a bit of him in the trailer. Brutal, ugly, coming from a volcano. I like this a lot. We basically did see pieces of him in the trailer, but we hadn't seen the moth yet, and I think Rodan is looking just dapper. He's actually got more of that beak-like 2004 look from Final Wars, where he has that more purplish mixed-in skin, but you can tell this guy has been spending time in a volcano. You can tell the heat singes and the ash on his skin have been there, so really, really nice look. Again, the stand minimally interrupts this figure. He's got the talons coming up. They're a little bit long, but of course, for a creature, you've got to have more attacks than just the beak. Like, how's Rodan actually going to fight anything but Mothra in this film? It's got to be able to grab something. It's got to be able to peck. Like, you definitely had a design problem in deciding just past flying fast and destroying buildings what he's going to do, which you actually see that in the trailer too. And let's go ahead and get into Ghidorah. I'm sure a ton of you guys were waiting for this one. King Ghidorah here. Yo. The thick dragon neck. So I know a lot of people in the discussions for Ghidorah's design were really wondering how they were going to take the hands. Are they going to add hands to Ghidorah? I don't want hands on my King Ghidorah. I wouldn't have minded either way. I would have liked that dragon-like look with kind of the fist. I don't mind if he's grabbing into anything, the Astro Monster as he were. But I'm really happy with how this turned out. The thicker necks give me a Smog-like feeling from Lord of the Rings. Almost all three heads kind of look that way, and you really transition well into like the singe, the darker color next to his body outwards into it. But for a figure, for actually like considering this figure for buying it for me, the color palette is a bit weird, and how much room it's going to take up on the shelf is actually ridiculous. So we're looking at our largest ever Ghidorah, most likely outside of that anime series on Netflix, because that's freaking ridiculous size comparatively to anything. But King Ghidorah here is looking great in all of his majesty, and I don't know, there's something, I do think we need some better texturing, at least on this figure. Hopefully the movie doesn't mirror this exactly, because I feel like texturing's missing on the wing panels, but maybe that's a throwback to the access they had for the kaiju back in the older movies. I know they do like to do a lot of throwbacks. Out of all these designs, I do think Mothra is my favorite, if we're going back. I think Mothra definitely does a lot more justice overall towards the original. The wings really are what captivate you originally with Mothra, and that insect-like design that carries over, but yet isn't too cartoonish. The pincer-like front thing, so we actually get like a kind of feel for how it's going to be able to attack, outside of just using poison scales. I think I really am enjoying this overall the most. Oh man, the Rodan though. The Rodan, I think as a figure, I like the Rodan most. I like the design of the Mothra most, but as a figure, Rodan's grotesque. He's awesome. He's actually just showing off his wingspan first off, which let's look at how much that actually goes past his body. It like, if we take his body long ways, it's almost 2.5x his body span. His arms are insanely long, so it's almost like that design people were scared they were going to give King Ghidorah. Like, it almost feels like they gave what people were scared of there to him. Yet, at the same time, I love it. I think it was absolutely necessary. His face is really awesome from what I can tell and see here. Like, I think figure-wise, this wins it for me. Ghidorah, actually, on reveal, might just be my least favorite as a figure, but very hyped for the movie. I'm sure in movie, that texture for the wings, along with the cinematic scenes they've set up, the darkness, the rays, those are gonna be really awesome in movie, but as a figure, I need those to fold up for my shelf space. First off, this is gonna take up more space than an X Plus. Like, by and afar. This will definitely take up way more space, so I don't know how I feel about that. I'm good for the neck size, although, like, thickness of the neck versus the body is pretty insane here. Actually, the neck's almost as thick as the freaking legs. Like, science-wise, it doesn't make sense, but hey, it's Godzilla. When has it ever had to make sense? That's the great thing about these movies. The spikes in the wings are something I overlooked at first, and the texture, actually, the old school scaled texture of, I don't know what you would call the connectors in the wings, you know, obviously what his blood runs through and connects and he controls in his wingspan, I guess talons in a sense, look really freaking awesome. Wow, actually the scaling on this figure, now that I stare at it more, looks awesome. But yeah, we were live streaming here. I do Yu-Gi-Oh! Live streams both Friday and Sunday night, but I'm a huge fan. Freaking huge fan of Godzilla, and I'll eventually be doing some kinds of Godzilla content. Like, I've been putting off a video forever of how much I freaking love Godzilla. And I'm one of the biggest fans out there of Godzilla, and I've been putting that off for far too long. You see the 2014 sideshow in the backside, and you see Mecha Godzillas everywhere. Like, I'm definitely a huge freaking fan, more so than many out there would be of the Big G. And all of this, I love it. I'm a huge supporter. 10 out of 10 on the Rodan, 10 out of 10 on the Mothra. And for me, the Ghidorah as a figure is the only thing I'm struggling with. The design, legendary, I have to give it to you. This is amazing. Like, the dragon-like presence is just so well done for the modern age to attract a more casual audience that wouldn't otherwise be watching Godzilla outside of your appearance. And of course, how can we not go back overall to the Big G? The big reveal was Mothra, Ghidorah, and Rodan, right? So the Big G himself, the amazing posing that Monster Arts offers, the bigger spines compared to what he we had before. He's kind of grown through this movie as we set up towards versus Kong. He just keeps getting bigger, it feels like. And the big question is, will he die in this movie? And are there multiple of him? All the exciting twists and turns that could happen in the MonsterVerse. I'm certainly excited to find out with you guys. But yeah, this line again of figures, if you want to look it up for yourself, if you want to buy it in the future, is SH Monster Arts. You can find them readily on Amazon. Not these new ones yet. This will take a while to get out there. This is our first reveal on this as well, and it's an incredible reveal. So I am extremely stoked. I'm extremely excited, and I'm happy with the results that came out. But what do you guys think out there in the chat? You've been talking the whole time, and also in the comment section down below, let me know what you think. Are you picking up any of these figures? Are you excited or disappointed? I truly do like to hear other people's opinions, because I'm easy to please when it comes to designs like these. And also, do let me know if you're gonna go see King of the Monsters even more excited now, or if you're gonna just kind of chill out, maybe get the Blu-ray, because I'm a huge Blu-ray, or DVD, see it on TV later. For me, I'm gonna go out and see this right away, opening night, premiere night with my wife. Thanks for watching, everybody.